Hi everyone, I am Ginny, and today I'm going to share with you a meditation, a brief meditation on self-judgment. I see a lot of this, and I thought it might be helpful to just take a minute, take a pause, go inside, look at it. So as you feel ready, go ahead and sit down, sit up nice and tall. Get yourself into a space where you feel like you can stay comfortably for 5 or 10 minutes. And as you feel ready, go ahead and close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so, and take your attention to the center of the head, or the third eye, sixth chakra, whatever you'd like to call it. The space behind your eyes, right in the middle of your head. Notice that you have an energetic connection to the earth. As you're resting your attention in the center of the head, and notice what comes up when you hear me say self-judgment. Perhaps a memory is coming up, perhaps a reaction, a judgment of it, perhaps a memory of a friend who is pretty good at judging themselves. What comes up for you? Imagine that you can notice from this place what comes up and not judge it. Imagine that you don't have to fix it. Imagine that you can notice what it is and let it go. Let the emotion move through your space. What comes up? Is it an emotion coming up? A memory? Process it and just let it go. And then take a moment to notice what you might like to replace it with. If you could replace that habit of judging yourself with something else, what would you choose? Perhaps self-acceptance or self-love, or a softening or a kind word. Often there are many steps between where we are and where we want to go. So for example, if you're moving from self-judgment to self-love, there may be a few steps in between. And it's all perfect. It's not a race. It's not a sprint. There's no timetable. You are the only one who knows the pace at which you should go when you're making changes. So imagine, for the purposes of this moment, what you might like to change that reaction to. If you catch yourself judging yourself or judging somebody else, even judging them for their judgment of themselves, if you would like to replace that judgment with something else, what would you choose? Hold that for a moment, notice how it feels, and let it go. Imagine we're not trying to say, this is good, this is bad, this is better, this is worse. And that you could instead notice what it is from a place of neutrality. And if it is a habit, a natural reaction that you have built over perhaps years or decades, that you can begin to change it if you would like, if something else feels better. Perhaps you want to replace it with a kind word or a softening or self-love. Perhaps there's some posture or movement that you would like to train yourself to do when you catch yourself in judgment of yourself or others. Whatever it is, just have it and know that that's what's coming up right now, and what comes up in an hour or tomorrow or next year will be different, and it's all good information to have. It's also good information to just let go. And then take your attention back to your breath. Allow yourself to breathe more deeply, both in and out. Allow yourself to really fill up your whole torso with the inhale. And what happens if you lengthen that exhale? Imagine you're bringing in fresh energy when you inhale, and you're letting go of things you're done with when you exhale. Imagine that by having the intention to do it and to allow it to be simple, you can do it, and it can be simple. Take another deep inhale and exhale. And as you feel ready, begin to open up your eyes, looking around the space where you are, noticing what is going on in your physical space. Stretching if you would like to. I always like to bend over, touch the floor, wiggle around a little bit. So if any of those things sound good to you, go ahead and do them, taking good care of yourself. And thank you for joining today.